Hey, you're coming in. It's just me. I'm sorry. I had to grab my meds and block my face. Are you here? Go ahead and unmute yourself. There
Hello,
you go. Hello. How
how
are
are you?
you?
I'm good, thank you.
I am wonderful as well. I am ready. Are you ready?
Yes,
Yes. Okay. As
nervous.
much as we can. So just don't be nervous. It's just me and you. So
Can you
just
tell me
hang out
how
really.
I could
Yeah.
switch so I could see you and not see myself so big?
No, it's okay. So, it depends on your Zoom. So a lot of times, like with me, see, I don't know because I have the main one. At the very
Okay.
top of mine, on the right, like where it has like the X and the minimize and the make it bigger, I have a thing that says view, and it
Mm,
has speaker, gallery, multi-speaker. Like if you click the view, can you see that?
yes. Uh-huh.
Okay, you click one.
Gallery? Yes. It says center. It's okay. It's
It could
okay.
do
I just
that,
want to see you
or
better.
no, you're okay. Or the other thing is double click on. Hang on. Mm, double click on your picture.
Okay.
That could be one. Um, you could also do on your actual picture, if you kind of like put your mouse on your photo, there's a thing that says up at the top right of your picture itself, it says mute, and then there's three little dots to the right of it. And then it says, did you get it? Did you,
I think so. It's okay. This
are you
one's better.
sure?
hmm
Okay.
I see
Okay.
myself,
Yeah.
but it's okay.
Okay. Yeah, it'll like for hold on, sorry, somebody's come into my brain right now at the same time. I've been channeling all day, so it's hard to go back and forth.
It's good.
But you'll like for me and you, they're kind of equal. I'm just a tiny bit bigger. So just
Okay. I'm good.
stay for just a second. Hold on, you're okay. Just breathe with me. And if you want to mess around with it, there I just don't mess around with it that much. Hang on. Mm, there's a man here. Okay, hold on. Hmm. Hmm. Are you like Are you like not drinking as much coffee? Are you drinking more tea now? Is that what you're doing? Or what's up with tea? Like,
I mean, oh, tea?
yeah,
Um,
tea?
I don't
Weird.
I don't think so. I don't drink a
No,
lot
you
of
know.
beer
Oh, you
or
drink you do
whiskey. I
oh
don't.
you don't anymore?
Mm-mm,
Okay,
not
that's
really.
good. Okay, somebody made me taste brown liquid. I guess because I don't drink anymore. That may be a thing. Somebody's talking about, hold on. Who? Okay, where did my pen go? Hang on, I'm looking for my pen so I can scribble at the same time, and apparently I lost it somewhere. I'll grab a new one. Who? Mm, weird. Yeah, of course they would be. Your dad's mom is cross though, correct? Like all the
hmm
way. Yeah. There's
Yeah.
a woman that's here and she keeps sitting on like the bed behind you in my brain. And I said, well, who are you? And she says like, oh, I'm, her father's mother. I said, oh, okay, well, that's good. And tell me, hang on. So you knew her, but you weren't like incredibly close to her though?
Correct.
Yeah, okay. She says, tell her I watch her, tell her, I'm one of her guardians. I said, good. And I said, how close were you? And she essentially says that. And I said, okay. And she says that, oh, does your dad,
hmm
or did he also suffer from like either drinking too much or eating too much and it caused a lot of okay, somebody just showed me an image. So I watched a YouTube video the other
hmm
day about gout, and I know he didn't have gout, but that's about eating too many fatty foods and salty foods and it causes your body to react.
hmm
And
That's my dad.
your yeah, your grandmother just said that he had this but it was for something different, so like drinking or something.
Yep.
And why yeah, there's this energy that just like that's sorry.
Happy.
Yeah, but
For,
dad has crossed though, correct? Yeah,
yes.
all the
Yes.
way. Okay, I said, is dad in rehab? How is dad going? And she says, "Oh, no, he's here." And so I bet his mother had to come in first to bring him in, and, why? He loves you. He says like, "Oh, bow down to her, bow down to her." He's talking about you. He says that tell me. So you just wish you could have done more for him, I guess. I guess that's it. He says she just wishes, and he's making me hear your words and your thoughts in your head. And he says like, "Don't worry about it. Like I'm here for you now." You know? And it was his choice
Oh,
to do all that. It was his choice to make that happen, but I know you didn't like seeing him suffer. He was drinking essentially up till his passing.
yeah.
Okay. I said, "When did you stop?" I said, "How long were you sober?" And he says, "Give me another one." And I go, "Ah." And he says, "All the way." I go, "Okay." And he says, "And you know what? They gave it to me." I go, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah." Your dad is very entertaining. I like him. And
Yes, he's very
he's
entertaining.
yes, he's
Was,
hold on.
yes, he says.
Oh, no, he definitely is. He why my last session, I was channeling a woman. Her grandmother was uh, her husband was a member of our government essentially, and her grandmother
Okay.
was very like the entire time. So coming off to your dad, which is very like relaxed, it's very nice. It's a breath of fresh
Yeah,
air. Okay, and
he's that's that, yeah.
what? Tell me. Shh. Where is there a Tony or a Tommy or a
Mm,
T-O name? T-O name?
no, I don't think so. He had a
Okay,
brother that just passed, but his name is
gotcha. Okay, don't
there
don't tell
is
me.
there
Unless
is
was
a
that a
T.
T name? Who's the
There
T?
is
Who's
with
that?
my dad.
Yeah, oh, well, no, so it could be somebody with your dad or it could be somebody that they're calling out to say hi to that's alive. Just remember that.
Oh, I did have a cousin that passed, which is
Oh.
his name is Tuto.
2? Okay, like that.
Yeah,
See, yes, absolutely, and since I've never heard that name before, the
yeah,
closest he could get is by giving me a double syllable like Tony or
Tuto.
Tom or
Yeah, yeah.
yep, two-toe, and tell me hang on. Oh, apparently Tuto, there was nothing we could do to save him, so Tuto ended up, like, crossing very quickly, I guess, because 'cause they're
Yeah.
talking about that, and yeah, only but your dad's brother, did he also suffer from alcoholism?
I believe so, yeah. He
Yeah,
passed
he
too.
goes, "Uh-huh," he says, "We're one and the same," and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And
He
he
just recently
oh,
passed.
okay, okay, did they oh, did they end up cremating him?
Yep.
Oh, okay. He says, "Never even put me in the ground." And I go, "Oh, okay." And hang on, nobody's mad about that at all. They're just talking about things. Hmm. Somebody's having a party. Somebody's dancing. Okay, who are we having a
Here?
party for? Yeah,
My
yeah. Do we
mom.
have? Oh, is it a birthday?
Today's it.
Like,
Yeah, it's her birthday today. Downstairs, they're having like this little party and a birthday cake. And I didn't tell them I was doing this. And I was like, I gotta go, guys. Bye. They're literally it's dancing, music, and have a
well,
birthday cake
well, you
right
can't
now.
hear it.
I
Yes.
know.
So this is what your dad did. He did, and they're all dancing in my brain, and I'm like, "What?" He says, "Oh, it's a party," and I'm like, "All
It
right." So
is.
know that they're all having a party for your mom, also on the other side, probably in that same room.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes, you're
I'm
gonna have to.
surprised. I'm really surprised her
Why?
sister hasn't came in.
Oh, it's okay. No, it just takes time. It just takes time.
No, I'm
Remember,
just
so
saying she's the
when
party one.
that's why. That's why.
That's why
So
I was
just
like,
FYI. Oh,
no,
I didn't even give you my introduction. So essentially what happened, so because we just got on the line of
I
grandma
know.
showing up. Okay. So what happens is obviously it's just me. I'm going to have my little pen. And the reason why I scribble is because when you go through a new channel, your loved ones talk in waves. What does that mean? So what means that they'll give me a lot of information and then there'll be nothing going on. And then they'll give
Okay.
me a lot and then nothing. And so in between that nothing, my brain freaks out and I go, holy shit, is it never coming back? And so that gives me anxiety. So I scribble. All right. And so the more I scribble, the more I'm like, come on, come on, come on, come on. The next thing though is when they come in and they talk, you have to remember that every single person on the other side, essentially we're tuning into them like a radio station. I'm going in and I'm tuning to their vibration or whatever channel they're on. And so when you go through and you talk to them, each person has a specific way that they want to talk, but it all goes along with like four different types of speaking. So the first way is that they will talk in signs and symbols. So they will pick these signs and symbols out of my brain that I've created over the last 20 years and they will flash them pop, pop, pop. So they may
Okay.
show me something like a pineapple. That means that they're from Florida. So if I say some weird stuff at first, it's because I have to talk out loud for my brain to pick it up. That's just how I work. But then I'll come up with an English sentence. The second thing is that they'll talk in feelings. So that's how your dad's talking. So I believe at this moment, just because of how physical he feels, they hop in your body and they make you feel things. That's where the dancing came from. But if they wanted to say, I died on life support, they would go through, or because I was taken off, they would bring up the feeling in me of when I took my dad off life support. So it's all based on my own personal or personal experiences. The last two ways are that they will take my own feelings and my own experiences that I've had or memories, and they will cut out little bits and pieces of them and kind of smash them all together, including other sessions to talk about their life, your life, or what will happen. And the last one is words. So sometimes they will come in and they will say Mike, and you'll be like, oh, weird, that's my brother, right? Or other times, if it's a name that I've never heard of before, because you remember, I haven't heard everything and I haven't done everything, they'll bring as close as I can, like Tony or Tata, like that.
Yeah. Got
Okay.
it.
So just remember that's how they talk. And the other thing is when you're going through and you're channeling, I can only really channel one person at a time because each one
Okay.
of them is talking in those like five different ways all at the same time. So if you start getting two people at the same time, it's just confusing.
I
And we
bet.
can
I
do
bet.
it.
I bet.
Yeah. So just FYI,
I
we'll
know.
stay on one and not
No.
everybody's on the same level. But that doesn't mean we can't channel them. So hold on,
Okay.
give me a second. What are you doing? Um, do we have an A name? And who's
That
the A?
passed.
It
That
could be both.
passed.
It could be both.
Oh.
It could be alive or dead. A name. Or like
Yes.
Angela or Angelique or A. Who's that?
Mm-hmm. We do.
Hmm.
There's a lot, to be
Oh,
honest.
okay, okay, gotcha. Is there a female that's crossed with an A name?
No, sorta a baby that
Mm. Mm.
kind of, yeah.
Somebody keeps showing me, they show me Angel, which I don't think their name is Angel, but then they go through and they keep saying, talk about the female with the A name that's crossed.
Oh, that has oh, my grandma. Her name is Angelica.
Oh,
Sorry.
you're okay. Her
There's a
name is
bunch.
Angelica?
Yeah, her name is Angelica
Yes.
Angelica.
Well, that's why what I said, Angela. Yes, that's exactly why.
I'm
Turkey
sorry.
bird. No, you're okay. I love you. Yeah. No, they know all
But
about
she's
and
always been
angelic.
like, she's always been grandma, right? So,
Yeah.
well,
No, no, no,
so
no.
yes,
You're okay. You're
Angelica.
okay. Okay, yeah, and so that would be the angel because that's also Angelica. And tell me, hang on. Oh, um, is there a Lizbeth?
Not the Lisbeth. No, I don't think so. Elizabeth. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Somebody said Angelica Elizabeth, and I was like, Elizabeth, interesting. So we're gonna leave that there. Hold on. Yeah, so your grandmother's here. Is that Angelica? Is that mom's side though?
Mm-mm.
Oh, that's dad's side.
Mhm.
So dad's mom is here and saying her name.
It's kind of
I'm
weird.
very,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm
I'm
very
like,
proud of her for that. Good job. That's hard. Hold on. Who? Somebody just showed me coins or quarters. Hold on, give me a second.
um,
Hang on. Maybe she brings coins. That's what I would have to say. Maybe that goes with that. I don't think anybody is named after a quarter or a coin or a penny or anything like that. So I'd have to say that may be a sign. And Hang on. What about her? Mm. And you have never had anything going on with thyroid though, or throat or anything like that, correct?
Kinda.
Oh,
Mhm,
what's up with
kinda.
that?
Not well, I had a tumor, cancer in my nose, and it's called
Oh,
head and nose, and I had, radiation and on my throat. Yeah.
yeah, that would absolutely be something. Yeah, I
I
was
mean,
okay.
it's called, it's a very rare cancer,
Oh my
and
gosh.
stuff like that, yeah. So it's
They
kind of
yeah. They showed me when somebody gets thyroid cancer, and then that's why I
mm,
was like, "Have you
it's kind of
had that?"
mm-mm, but it's
Mhm.
considered one of those up and head and neck kind of cancer
Yeah.
thingies.
Okay, and you're okay now though, and we've been in remission?
Mhm. I'm okay.
Yeah, okay.
I'm
Okay, I
good.
asked sorry, and that like that, I've never seen that type of cancer before, so the closest they could get me to is by talking about when I've seen somebody with thyroid cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how
That's
that works.
it's yeah.
Uh-huh, and she says I said, "Well, what about that? Are we okay? Do we have it? Is it coming back?" And she says, "No, it's not coming back right now. She's in remission. She's good." I said, "Great." And, why? What? Hold on. Mm, hang on. When they took out, the tumor, did they have to go and remove cartilage from your ear or something and put it in
Yeah,
there or from did they
something
really?
like that. Not my ear, but they did.
Oh,
They took a bone graft or some fat from my stomach, but reconstruct in my nose. So weird.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I said, okay, they'll talk about that. I said, so what about this? They said, did they just remove it? I said, there's no scars. There's no nothing. I said,
Yeah.
maybe they just went through and they zapped it with radiation. She goes, no, 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 no. And she just showed me a procedure I saw on a television show where they cut it from another part of the body and put it
Wow.
in there.
I
Yeah.
can't believe they're talking about it.
Yeah.
It's a oh, it's cancer. It's a thing.
Yes.
It's yes.
Okay. Okay.
It
So know
was
that they know
traumatic.
about that. Of
Yeah,
course
that's
it was.
crazy.
Why when? Was this like 2018, 19? When was this?
18 exactly.
Good job. Okay. I said, "When did this happen?" And they showed me the date when I met my husband. I met my
Mhm.
second husband in 2018.
Yeah, that was
So that's
exactly.
uh-huh. So that's how she does it. I'm just showing you this. I'm telling you exactly how I get information because this
Wow.
is how they talk to you as well. But if you just randomly got, if you asked a question and you got 2018, you'd be like, why are they talking about, my husband and I getting together, right?
Yeah,
It's
but now
because
you know.
uh-huh, but now
Eh,
you know how they talk. And she's talking about speaking of husbands getting together. Um, oh, so you're in a relationship right now, but you have an ex-husband?
no.
Weird. What is that right now? What's going on with the partnership right now?
No, I've been married for over 30
Oh,
years.
that's why. Oh, okay. She goes like this. She says, "Oh, she's in a relationship right now." And I said, "Okay." But then she says X. So hold on. Let's figure out what that. I'm hoping that doesn't go to something bad. So hold on.
Me too.
I mean, when they do, sometimes they can talk about, I'm not saying that it doesn't feel like he's going anywhere. It doesn't feel like you're getting a divorce, but sometimes that can talk about a death or something seriously going on. Okay. Hang on. Hold on. So there's nothing in my brain right now. I'm not getting absolutely anything. And I'm waiting. But in my head, I'm saying, what about this? What about this? What about this? Hold on. Then I'm relaxing myself. Um, mm, hold on. So your husband does have a sister, though? There's a
Yeah.
sister? Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. And then was she trying to take care of mom and mom is crossed? Or like what happened with his mom?
I ha no,
Yeah.
his parents are alive.
His parents are alive. Is the sister going and, like, trying to take care of the mom? Or, like, is
Mhm.
she
Yes.
that's why. Okay, okay. Somebody goes like this, "Sister taking care of mom till cross." And I'm like, "Okay, so
Mm.
she's gonna continue to do that? Hang on." Hold on. Mm. Make sure you have your husband go get a colonoscopy.
Shit. For real?
Why?
He
Yeah.
has he has colon problems, like major colon problems.
Really?
Yeah, like yesterday he told me his colon hurt. Yesterday and he was in pain. He had a
Huh.
major surgery like 2 years ago in March to do a colon resection. Yeah, like when you said that, that's why I said, "Oh shit, I'm sorry." But
No, you're
yeah,
okay. I say fuck. Don't worry about
oh,
it.
okay.
Really?
Yeah,
Why did they have to do the resection?
because he had diverculitis and it was
Uh,
in a cyst that was growing
eh,
really bad, and they had to cut it out. And he's
uh-huh.
yeah, and
He
so
should go. He should.
I told
He
him,
needs to
"Are
go.
you yesterday? Are you ready to go see a GI?"
He needs to go
Yesterday.
like now.
Okay, I knew it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Yeah. And then, okay. So I just want you to think about this real quick. So you made this appointment.
a long time
Okay,
ago.
right. Uh-huh, you made this appointment, and randomly, all this started happening, right? And there's a reason why your loved ones are coming in and saying, "Do it now," because he would go, right, in time, but because we
Yeah,
had this appointment, it's going to push you to even push the issue
yeah,
further
it is.
so that he would go, because everything that they do it to keep you safe. They don't do it to scare you or tell you that you're going to die. They do it to be like, "Come on," not you saying you're a dumbass, but essentially what it feels like in my eyes, like, "Come on, dumbass, let's go get this done." Ah, like that. And so that's how it always feels with me when somebody tells something that. Um,
They told me about my cancer too. I had a
re
weird a reading, kind of like an aura
yeah,
at one time.
yeah,
I took a picture
yeah,
and sent it in for an aura,
yeah.
and that person didn't get back to me until like a while, and then
Yeah.
randomly I got an email, and that person said in the email continuously, "Go get checked," and I was like, "What?" And I had cancer. It was the weirdest thing.
Uh-huh. Do you know why?
So
So you can feel, so cancer is it's dead cells, right? That keep metastasizing over and over again. And when you learn how to feel, you're just a collection of energy. You're a collection of vibration, and your consciousness is on top of it. And it's riding your body around like a pony, essentially. And if you learn how to feel good enough, you can feel, are there spots of like neutrality? It's weird. And then you
that's
can
how it
try
is.
start, yeah, and you can start to learn, like, is it just infection? Is it cancer? Is it
Mhm.
dire? Is it not? Like, yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, I don't have it.
Okay.
Not yet.
I No, you're good. No, you're good.
I mean, I don't have the feeling to learn how to do that.
You do have the feeling, you just haven't paid attention to it. Everybody has it. So, and you definitely have the feeling. We're born with it. We just get taught how to not feel. Mhm. That's it. I'll teach you about that later. Hold on. Because you have that natural calming feeling. Somebody's making me smell cat pee. Um, Hold on. But your family doesn't have any cats in here though, correct?
Mm-mm,
Yeah,
mm-mm.
absolutely. Hang on. I don't have any cats. Hold on. Give me a second. Milo. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Come back here. Hmm. Did the cousin end up dying because of like a drug overdose or something very fast like that? Like super
Yeah, he
quick?
got shot. He was
He
killed.
did.
Yeah,
Wow, your dad's
it was a
talking
long
about
time ago.
him.
Yeah, it was. He was very special to my family.
Yeah, they love
My
him. He
dad would
goes,
talk about him.
your dad says, "Oh my God." And it was so sad with the cousin. I said, "Why?" He says, "I'm glad he's here, but he just gone." lost
Yeah.
his life, and I go,
Mhm.
"Gotcha."
At a very young age.
And and they never got, like, the proper people that did this to him?
No.
Really? Fuck them.
Yeah.
Um,
It was a long time ago too, yeah.
o
Whole
okay,
special on TV, like America's Most
was it
Wanted or
really?
yeah, long, long time ago.
Oh my
Like,
god.
in the 80s something, yeah.
It was in the '80s. It was. Okay,
Mhm.
he kept showing me I was born in '88, and he kept showing me that, but, like, maybe a little bit earlier than that. So, like, maybe, like,
Yeah,
'84, '85,
yeah,
and
exactly,
and
exactly.
who Miguel. Who's Miguel? Is there an M-I, or a Mike, or Miguel, or Michael, or a M-I? Doesn't have to be just those 2 names.
Yeah, I can't off the top, I
Okay,
can't think of it.
okay, that's not
I'm
dead. Now
sure
they could
there
be dead
is.
or alive.
Yeah, I can't
Okay,
think of it.
so keep that there. Now, it could also be somebody associated with the cousin, so maybe a
I'm
friend or
sure
maybe somebody that
oh,
did it.
Miguel. Miguel is the cousin, another
Oh,
cousin. Sorry,
you're okay. That's that. No,
but
when
he's
you're
not dead.
channeling, no, he's alive. So he's just saying, yeah, because he keeps saying, oh, cousin, or goes along with cousin. And oh, where did my spirit box go? Hold on. I'm supposed to be having this on at the same time. Who? What about her? Hang on. Putting on my spirit box. Boom. Come on, come on, come on. Okay. Uh, is your mommy like weird? Is she like 69? Or is she like 71?
Exactly,
Oh, she's
69.
69.
Today's her birthday. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good job. Okay. He says, I said, so what about mom? Can you tell me how old she is? And he makes me see your face talking to me. And he
We look
has you
alike
say yes, and then he
a
has
lot.
you say 69.
Yep,
So, yep.
and he's
And
71.
he's 71. Ah, so that's why
Mhm,
they're together.
mhm.
And did you How? Did he die at like 62? When did he
No,
pass? He
no.
died recently. He died at
Yeah,
71?
yeah. Well, he just had a
That's
birthday, but yeah,
okay,
yeah.
gotcha, gotcha. Okay. Because he goes like this. He says, I'm not old. I don't want to be old. I'm never old. And I was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, you did get older though. And so he's acting like he's
Mhm.
in his
That's him.
40s.
That's him.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And what? Who? What about him? He just wants your husband to go to the doctor so that he can retire and y'all can enjoy life together. And are y'all are not in California though, right?
Mm-mm.
No. Where are you
We're in
at right now?
Texas.
Oh, you
Texas?
are in Texas. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Are you what? It's funny. It's like I want you to get a piece of property out near Waco or like somewhere west and just enjoy life. What's going on with that?
That's hear me? Sorry.
Mhm.
Hello? Okay.
Yeah.
We wanna move and go to Puerto Rico and
And
have
get
some land.
property.
Yeah,
Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah, he's talking about retirement. He's talking about you leaving the city or leaving where you're at. And he showed me all the palm trees. That's why he's like, "Are you
that's
in
you
California?" Okay, that's
it's
why.
funny.
And he's talking about how tell me. Mm. I said, "Will he make it there? Will they make it there?" And he goes, "Yes. Yes, as long as he goes. As long as he goes." Stop. Okay. So as long as you go, it will be fine. What is the odd peanut butter? What are you talking about? Hang on. Give me
Mhm.
I know that makes absolutely no sense to
Okay.
you, but hold on. They somebody's talking about Reese's peanut butter cups. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second. I know your dad's not a big chocolate fan. I know that's not I know. I'm asking him, I said, "Are you a chocolate fan? Are you a peanut butter cup fan?" He's like, "No, no, 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 no." He's like, "I like booze." I was like, "I get you." And he's talking about how, um, who? Somebody keeps making me taste, plantains, which is great, so that goes along with Puerto
With Puerto
Rico.
Rico? Yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
yes, yeah, and he why? Hold on, come here. Who is that? Is there somebody's, like, girlfriend that is downstairs, or does somebody have, like, a young wife downstairs, or is there, like, a younger couple downstairs?
I mean, my daughters,
Your daughter. Yeah,
I
okay,
have
they
2
have
of them.
their you do they have their boyfriends or their husbands with them?
I don't think so, but Isabella might have one. Are they saying her and a young couple? She's
Yeah,
engaged.
yeah. Yes!
She's engaged,
Yes!
and
Yes,
we wanna
okay.
have a wedding for her in Puerto Rico.
Oh, that's
Maybe that
okay.
has something in it, yeah.
No, that's exactly because we're talking about Puerto Rico. She goes through or they're talking about they show your daughter, they show her being very beautiful and
Yes.
very, like, thin and very, like, grand, and they say, "Oh my gosh," and they said, "Oh, what a wonderful young couple they make," and I'm like, "What?" And then they show me, like, prince and princess, and this was like, are they married? Are they, like, dating? Is it a boyfriend there? And, they're showing me, like, fairy tale wedding and how it'll be
Oh,
great,
it
and
is.
I
It's going to
yes.
be.
Mhm, and they're saying
That's
how
how I mean,
wonderful this will be.
yep, that's the plan.
I know, well, don't worry about it, don't get so nervous, it'll happen,
Okay.
okay? Don't get nervous, it'll happen, I promise you, just oh, just that you earned it.
I did. I
So,
did earn
yes,
a wedding
yeah,
like this.
I know, and so don't just relax, and why? I want you to get her, like, a carriage or something, or, like, have her go in, like, one of those really old cars, I don't know, there's a beautiful old car.
Yeah.
There's who? Hang on. Where? What did your dad, like was your dad, like, born in Puerto Rico? But then
Mhm.
okay. I said, "What's the pull of Puerto Rico?" I said, "My dad was there for, like, 14 years a long time ago." And he says, "I wanna go to Puerto Rico." He says,
Mm.
and I'm like, "Well, you can." And he says, "I was born there." And then I left, and
Yep.
who? The States. I know. I mean, you were already there, but he says that oh, how funny. Oh, what did your dad, like, attempt to get in the army when he was much younger? But
Mhm.
what is up did he really?
Yeah, well,
Oh,
I think I don't know if the arm he was a baseball player from Puerto Rico,
ah,
and
yeah.
I think he was almost drafted during Vietnam, but he didn't get to go
But
because
he
I
didn't
think
get
they
to
sto
go.
yeah, but he didn't it, like, stopped or the war
He
stopped, but he went to boot
uh-huh.
camp, but he didn't they didn't
But
leave,
he
yeah.
did. Okay,
Mhm.
yeah, because he just went through and he said, "I'm almost," and he shows me army and he shaves his head
Yeah.
off or shaves his hair, and I go, "Okay." And he showed himself sitting on not in a tank, but on the front of a tank, and I go, "Okay, so this means wartime." And who? How did you get there then? How did you start doing that? Ah. So he had been an alcoholic all of his life,
Pretty
essentially.
much.
He's
Pretty
yeah,
much.
he says from the
Yeah.
very beginning
Yeah.
and
Pretty much.
yeah, but he loves y'all. All of your family is there. They're all it almost seems like they're all downstairs having a party with your family. Um,
They are.
hold on. They are who where are Mingo? Hold on. What's that? Did we ever have either or may say no to this. Dog breeds are hard because I don't know them all. Did we ever have like either a Yorkie or
Yeah,
you did?
I did.
Mm.
You've got to be kidding me.
No, that dog just walked in my brain and then came into your room with you.
You've got to be kidding me.
No, I'm not. What? Who's the Yorkie?
Bear, little asshole. I love
That
him. I miss
well,
him. He bit everyone.
yes. Well, he's here. This is what I heard. Okay, so just know how this is. So I'm sitting here and I'm just looking off into nothing, or I don't remember if I had my eyes closed, and all I hear is this. And that's like dog paws. And I go, okay, there's a dog here. And I go, what? And then they just showed me this Yorkie, the color of the coat. And I go,
Yeah.
really? And he goes, I'm here. And I go, oh, okay. And he says, let him know. I go, good. And he talks about, and so I confirm that he's small. And he's talking about being your baby or being your everything. And he says, she would pick me up and carry me everywhere. And he says, I'm still with her, let her know that, and he's your guard dog.
Yeah.
Okay. He
I
doesn't
kind of
like your dad.
no, he doesn't. He doesn't like my dad right now. He didn't like him back then
No,
either.
he still doesn't like him still. Just because your
He
dad
doesn't like
says,
it.
I hate that little shit. And your
I,
your dog is like, I don't like you either.
yeah, that sounds pretty accurate.
Uh-huh. That's okay. And tell me where. Oh. Why do we don't have Bear's remains? Did we like leave him at the doctor's? What happened?
No, 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 we do. We do.
Where we
We
do.
have it.
Okay. Is he put away?
Yeah,
That's
yes.
why.
My husband is really attached, was more attached to Bear. So it's difficult for my husband to deal with.
See him.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Because he goes like this. He says, and they don't have me out.
We
And I
don't.
said, where
Oh
did you go? And he says, I'm not out. And I'm like, maybe they left you. And he puts himself
no,
in a closet.
my husband has a cup, a mug with a picture of him, and he can't take the mug. So we put the mug up so he won't see the picture because he gets too
Oh,
emotional.
oh, can you tell your husband that
I'm
Bear
going
is
to.
his emotional support dog and that he's
I
with
am.
him? Please just let him watch this part.
I am. It's crazy. He loves
Yes.
Bear. He loved Bear.
He and he still does. And who? Well, then who is that? Hold on. Is your daughter getting a little dog too and trying to bring it over, or what's up with that?
We do have a little Yorkie. My daughter, the one that is getting married, she does
Mhm.
have a little baby Yorkie that
She
we
does.
adore.
Yeah, Bear doesn't like that.
Of course not. You wouldn't. You wouldn't at all.
Like he shows me, he says, "Oh, and him." And I said, "What are you talking about?" He says, "The daughter brings it over and
Yeah.
has it." And I'm
Yes.
like, "Oh."
Yes. Yes. We
Okay.
love that little doggy.
Yep. Well, Bear loves you more. So we're just gonna leave that
I can't
there.
believe the bear's coming. This is
I
crazy.
know. Well, because dogs are in
But
heaven. And
yeah.
why? Hold on, who's this? Roach. Funny. Hang on. Give me a second. Who? Who? I love him. He's still walking around. He's hanging out. He's on the bed behind you. Um, what?
Do animals give you
What?
like signs too? Like you
Yeah.
say, okay.
Yeah. Oh
I think
yeah.
I
So
hear
so
him.
like
I think I hear
yeah.
him.
Oh, yeah, you would hear him probably walking.
I
You
do.
may
I
hear
think
him
so.
sigh. You
I think
may
so.
feel him kind of brush up against you, and you have to remember the feeling. The feeling is so quick that you're going to second guess yourself. And the sound of hearing him is so fast, it almost sounds like an echo in your mind that lasted for a millisecond because that's how quick they talk. Like when he shows me those images and makes me feel, it's not long. It's like And then I have to take that image and that feeling and slow it down to understand it. So that's why people always second guess, like, did I hear that? Did I
Mhm.
see that? And it's because that's just how they talk.
Yeah. It
Okay.
makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how it is. Somebody was trying to bring up
Mm.
um that you don't sleep very well
I
at
don't.
all.
I don't.
Yeah.
I
And
don't.
I guess you toss and turn a lot. And do you like go and try to sleep in another bedroom a lot, or do you go downstairs to sleep or something?
Kinda.
Okay.
I switch spots with my husband. I'm up. I wake up
Ah,
in the middle of the night all the time. I will go in the
yeah.
living rooms at times and try to, yeah,
Calm down. Okay, yeah.
yeah,
They're talking about your dad goes with you, Bear goes with you, your cousin they all go with you. And they're showing me an image of like if your bed is here and how they're up here watching this happen. It's almost like if I'm looking at a CC camera footage.
yeah.
And they're
I'm,
saying,
I'm
yeah, I get it. Do you also have like a lot of hip pain or bone pain? You don't
I
have any
do.
of what's going on with that?
Um, I have a lot of joint pain, like my hands and my hip,
Oh,
but sometimes I do have back pain. I think it's
hmm.
just arthritis. I don't
You don't know why?
know. I just think I have arthritis.
Hmm.
But so last night, that's weird. Last night, I
Mhm.
woke up in the middle of the night with a massive cramp on my
They're
leg.
with you then. Uh-huh.
Yeah, that must be it because it was just a
Yeah.
cramp, and I had to like walk around, and my husband woke up and he had to put like this cream on it, and I was just like, oh my God,
Uh-huh.
it was just a weird, random pain
Uh-huh.
in my leg.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
them. They
that
were
that was
watching you.
wow,
Okay. They're
wow,
watching you.
because
Do your joints bend backwards or are you double jointed?
no, but I have degenerate and
Uh-huh.
joint disease, so it's gonna like eventually be deformative if I don't
Okay,
fix it.
I have another weird question to ask you, and I'm not
Okay.
doing this to make you freak out at all.
No,
And I don't think you need to freak out. Can you go get tested for MS?
yeah, I think so. I should.
Like okay, so let me tell you why. So I just saw an ad for it. Like, well, earlier this morning it popped up on my TV. And I was like, weird. And a lot of the symptoms that I experience go along with MS. Now, I'm not saying that I have it at all, but then that just kind of like went away. And then all of a sudden when I'm talking to you, they keep bringing up that test. They keep showing that. Um
Okay.
and it could be that they just want you to go get that tested just to make sure and rule it out. Or it could also mean, I think you go to a rheumatologist to go get that tested.
Mhm.
And so when you go to said rheumatologist, you'll be able to go see somebody that can also help you more with that. Now, clearly, it's not going to make any of it like go away. I know that from
Yeah.
having arthritis because of my illness, but um, we may even be able to figure out something different because of you going to get this other thing tested. Like, it's a
Okay.
good thing. It's not a bad thing.
Okay.
Okay. And then let me know what they find because I've never had anything like that show up in my brain. And
Okay.
who? Oh, oh. Was there a this is gonna be very random. I think
Okay.
this is watch, this is my next client. Watch, this is my next client. But I'm just gonna
Okay.
ask you anyway. You do not know a woman that was murdered by her husband, right?
No. Mm-mm.
Thank you. Yeah, I bet that's gonna be my next client. Yeah, there's a woman that just showed up and she's talking about she knows me. She knows me. I'm like, what do you mean she knows you? I was like,
Yeah,
no,
not
she
me.
doesn't. I know, I know. So it's my next one. Hold on. Tell
Okay.
me. What dad? There. He was what? Oh, Interesting. So when your daddy ended up crossing, so you were called and you were there after he had already passed, or you had, yeah,
Something like that. Yeah.
yeah, he's talking about, and so you were able to see him post-mortem though, correct?
Yeah, I guess. I had
It's
to,
okay. What's that about?
well, we had to make the decision to
Fine.
take him off life support.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. But before that, he he passed in New York. So I flew to see him, came back to Texas, and then flew back. So
Oh my God.
I never got to say goodbye because he was already under and
Gone.
gone. Yeah. And I didn't answer his call, and that and he got
That eats
sick.
at you. Yeah,
Bad, bad.
I know. I
I
know.
didn't
Well, I want
answer.
you to know you need, this is going to be easier said than done, but you need to let that go because he's not mad at you
I knew
and
he
he's
would
not,
never be mad at me.
no, he loves you. And that's why he comes through and he's so like free or nice or funny or like, because he's letting you know literally he's downstairs having a party with your family. Okay. And I asked him, I said, Dad, is there anything that we need to go over that is weighing on your daughter? And he says, oh, she was able to see me either after I crossed or when I was not really there. And he's talking about you coming up and saying you love him. And he's talking about how you're coming up and you're speaking to him and you're talking to him. And there's this like care that goes with it. And he says, I was already outside of my body and I was watching this. So he says, tell her I know that she was with me. And I said, I will let you know. And he went, hang on, did she? Hold on. Oh, it just said, I'm here on my spirit box. I know you're here. Hang on. Oh, he has a rose. So were you able to like take a rose home from his funeral or what is that about?
I think so. I don't know. No. Um, um, I don't know. I have a card that he gave me with flowers on it. It's with the
It
rose.
has literally a rose on it right
Yeah.
there. That's what
Yeah.
that is. That's it. He said, he goes like this. He says, oh, rose in hand, rose in hand. He says, from me.
Mm-hmm. It is. I keep it. It was from 2020. He sent me flowers, and it's a card that just says "Happy Birthday to my lovely daughter from Dad." And I never, like, I just found it. It was in a purse, and I found it around my birthday last year. It's crazy.
Uh-huh.
And
That's
so
that's honey.
yeah,
That's how it
I kept
works.
it right now. And I was like, if he knows it's here, he'll say it.
He does. Well,
He
remember
does.
how they were just talking about a birthday party
Yeah.
downstairs? And then he started bringing up rose, bringing home a rose or having a rose that he gave you.
Yep. Yep.
That's why. So
That's
he
why
knows.
he does.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome. That's what he did. And what? Why are you wearing that? Hang on. Ugh. He's funny. He's wearing your dad looks like he's like 35 in my head, maybe max. And he's talking about a good head of hair he has. And I said,
Oh, he did.
ah,
Oh
yeah.
my God. That's all he did was, oh my God.
Mhm,
He was
mhm.
known for combing his hair
Really?
and
Yeah.
walking around with a brush behind him,
Uh-huh.
and always in the
Uh-huh.
street.
Uh-huh. He says, tell them that I have this great set of hair. And I said, okay, I'll let him know. And he says, it's pretty cool. And he says that, why? My brother. So he has a brother. Okay, gotcha.
Hmm.
And a cup. Did he have two brothers? Were there a
Hmm.
couple? Okay. And so he
There's
says
a
he has a
couple.
couple of them. And he, who? Hang on. Did she? Hang on. Your daughters are the pinnacle of your life. and he like watches you loving them and watching them and seeing them grow, and he feels the same way about you, and he told me
Yeah,
he's
he
sorry
does.
if he ever let you down. He's he says essentially, he says, "I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna be good here." And I said, "Good. I will let her know." And hang on. He keeps mentioning, I don't think your daughters would get this. You didn't get a tattoo for your dad though, correct?
No,
Yeah.
but they
Yeah.
got
Who was
tattoos recently.
they did.
Yeah, I have a son. They just did like, I don't know, about 3 weeks ago. They got a
That's it.
sibling tattoo, all three of them. I have three. I have two
That
daughters and a son.
Okay, that's it. Because he keeps talking about the daughters getting a tattoo. That's just like, I don't think
Yeah.
you'd let them. Okay, so
No.
he was there
Okay.
for all of that, and he knows about
Yep.
it. And
Wow.
who? Hang on. So the son, we ended up naming him after the dad instead of
Yeah.
your dad.
Kind of. Yeah.
Okay, okay. I said, "Did we name the son after you?" He says, "No, but the other one." And I said,
Yeah.
"Oh."
Pretty
And
much.
he's,
Yeah. He
uh-huh.
kind of
And I go,
didn't.
"Oh."
He wasn't too happy with my husband all the time either.
Ah, okay. I understand that. And tell me, he's shaking his finger at him. He says, "I don't like how he talks to her. Or I don't
Like
like
never, never
how
have.
he says that." And I
Yep.
go, "Ah, okay." And he says, like, your dad feels like he could be ghetto in a good way. Like he would like pop him in his face or something
Yeah.
like that.
No, no, that's exactly.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I
Yeah.
want your dad to be like an old gangster.
Absolutely. 100%. That's
Really? That's
yes.
Yes, because
Yes.
he keeps playing, like, Tupac and all
Mm,
of this stuff in my brain, and that for me is, like, the most gangster that I can get in my brain, and
yeah.
he's talking about that's how he is. So, yeah, your dad
Yeah.
is,
Yeah.
doing great. Why? He just went brrrr, rah, hold on, which is a gun. Hold on. He's playing music. Hang on. What? So are you driving like a hold on. What does that mean? Mm. I have no idea. Are you driving like a 4Runner right now? Like, a mid-size SUV?
No.
What are you
Mm-mm.
driving right now? What do you drive?
I drive an Audi.
It is a freaking Audi. Ah! Okay, he went through but you have the car version of it?
Yeah, it's a car.
That
It's a two-door
that's
Audi.
okay, it's a two-door. Okay, because he keeps going like this. He says, "Oh," he showed me, not the normal thing, but then he said luxury, but then he said it's a little tank. And I'm like,
Oh,
"What are you talking about?"
it
And,
is?
he showed me Audi at first, but then when I asked him, I said, "Is it the SUV?" He said, "No." So I was like, "Okay, maybe it's not that." And he says, "It's much more expensive than any other vehicle." And so I'm like, "Okay,
I I
okay."
drive an
And
Audi.
tell there you go. I love them. They're great. And tell me, hang on. And when I asked him, I said, "Is it a Mercedes?" He goes, "No." And I said, "I agree with you on that. They ride very crappy."
I do
Um,
also drive a BMW.
that okay,
Maybe
okay,
that's,
because
yeah,
because they have
that
the
sounds a
airbag
little.
suspension. Yeah, they have the airbag stuff. Your dad just likes to ride with you. He just likes to drive with you. He just likes to be with you.
I
And
see
so does all the
all the
rest of your
time I talk to
family.
him. I talk to him all the
Yeah,
time in my car.
well, that's
All the
why.
time.
That's why. Because that's where he's at with you, honey. He's with you all the
Um,
time. They don't leave
I
you.
stay in
So
traffic all the time.
ah, okay. Are you like what? Dallas or San Antonio? Where are you at?
No, I'm in Houston.
You're in Houston. Oh my god, so it's even terrible, okay, even
Horrible.
I get it.
And
I
yeah,
get it.
so
Well,
it's
this is
about
what
an
I want you
hour
to do
every
right
day
now. Where are
back
you
and
at?
forth to work.
Where do you where
I live by the airport and I work
Ah,
on 59, like all the way on the other side, like by the Galleria. So takes me an hour to and from work every day. So yeah,
yeah.
that's why he probably knows I want to retire and go to Puerto Rico.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, and you know what? That's so interesting. So you're more in Humble area?
Yeah, that's where I live.
Okay.
Mhm.
So my last client, at the very end, I asked, she was in Houston but she is well, she's not in Houston. She's out in like past Katy a little bit, but we still
Mhm.
call that Houston. And
Yeah,
I
that's
go, "Are you in like Humble?" And she goes, "No." And I go, "Oh." And it's because you are. And I said, "I bet
yeah,
that
I
goes along
am.
with another client. That's
That's
you.
me. I'm an umbrella.
Okay, that's you.
That's weird.
So
Yeah.
this is what I want you to do. I want
Okay.
you to take because I am gonna have to run to my next session, otherwise they're gonna kick my ass. I want you to take a couple of minutes. I want you to have a good breather or a good ugly cry. I want you to tell each one of these people and animals that you love them and you appreciate them coming through. I need you to go and make a doctor's appointment just to go to like a rheumatologist or go get tested for MS. Literally, just go
Okay.
do it. Nothing
I
bad's
will.
going to come out of it. And I need you to get your husband to go to a butt doctor like now.
I am. I am.
Okay.
Thank you for that.
Now, you're welcome. And then let me know what happens with that because I'm very interested. The last time, I'll just give you an example. The last time I did this, they're actually on live with me a lot. It's called, their name is Sunny and then Sandy. It's a husband and wife. They're up in Montana. I read them. Their daughter had died and she came through and I'm looking at the husband. He's like, 60 years old. And she's like, tell him he needs to go get his prostate checked. And I'm like, how do I tell this 60-year-old man to go get his like, you know? And so I tell him that he went 2 weeks later. He has prostate cancer.
Amazing. I'm
Yeah.
yeah, I believe that. I
Okay.
believe that. I
Yeah.
believe this happens for a reason. It did for me
Absolutely.
in
Yeah.
2018.
See? Yes. All the
It
way
did for
through.
me.
And I know. So if you need me again or anything like that, reach out and I'll be
I
here.
will. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for
All
this. I
right.
love you. I
I
follow
l-
you.
I l-
I follow you
yeah,
on
I know.
social
Well,
media
thank
too.
you.
Thank you.
I love you, D. And if you ever see me in Houston, let me know. I'll give you a hug. Okay.
I will.
Okay. Love you, sugar.